All right, here we are, Game 3 between Alpha Pro Gaming and Vultur. Game 1 going the way of Alpha Pro, Game 2 going the way of Vultur. We get right on into this draft between both teams. Alpha Pro, they've banned out the Chen, banned out the Wisp. And for the side of Vultur, they've banned out the Slardar as well as the Undying. First two picks for both teams, Lifestealer and Nyx for Alpha Pro. For Vultur, they pick up the OD as well as the Venge. So right away, both teams have a solid amount of lockdown, and a good amount of mobility comes out for Alpha Pro. As they've got the Lifestealer and the Nyx. The Vendetta Infest is always a possibility to move around this map and find themselves a couple of pickoffs. OD is always there with the Arcane Orb to steal some of that good intelligence. Sanity's Eclipse to sap all that mana, as well as hit down on the side of Alpha Pro with some damage, depending on the int difference. But we'll have to see what Vultur want to do with those two picks and what they want to combine it with. They've got Avenge, so maybe you think that a Void could come out for the side of Vultur. For the side of Alpha Pro, Nyx probably going to be in that off lane, if not just roaming around. Lifestealer safe lane. OD mid for Vultur. And Venge is going to be their first of two supports. So they want to ban out this KOD. And Alpha Pro, with good reason, will ban out this Darkseer, as D had one of the best games I think I've ever seen with a Darkseer. Picked up that refresher, and to end that game had two perfect vacuum walls to put Alpha Pro on their heels, in which ended up being the final fight, as Alpha Pro did lose that game too with D on that Darkseer. So they ban out the Rubik. They're not going to pick it this time for Algo Dow, who had an amazing game with the Rubik as well. And it looks as though maybe we see Trader Zero with the Nyx instead of the Sand King this time around.
5 seconds.
So Sark gets banned out by Alpha Pro, and now we're on to this second phase of picks where both drafts will kind of come together. For the side of Vultur, something to work well with this OD. Maybe they go with a Bounty Hunter, yet to get banned out, as well as the Ricky have made it this far into the draft. Or maybe we see a Void come out for Vultur in that off lane.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
The only thing I doubt we'll see in that off lane for Vultur is a Bat Rider, as Spike Carapace is the bane of Bat Rider's existence. So down to 18 seconds reserve time. It brought out Alpha Pro's reserve time, as it's not right.
10 seconds to go.
And they do go back to that Underlord pick, so
Dyer's pick.
they go back. D going to be back on that Underlord. Didn't have an amazing game one where they did lose, but maybe they could get the Underlord a little bit more farmed quickly this time around and could do well with the big team rotations in this game. 3, Elder Titan picked up by Alpha Pro. It was Don Bruno on the Elder Titan. Last time it was played, that was game 1, so lineup's looking pretty similar, as it was Hijack on the Lifestealer, Don Bruno on the Elder Titan, and Vultur did have D on the Underlord in that first game. So Jakiro gets picked up, and now they've got Jakiro Venge supports, and again, they're going with that Jakiro Underlord pickup. A similar draft, except this time it is an OD instead. They were up against a Rubik in that game, so that's probably why they banned it out.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
So fourth pick coming in for Alpha Pro. They're going to go with the sniper. Not too sure how I like this pick. It will do okay in the laning stage up against this OD. I just kind of see it possibly having a problem when Astral Imprisonment comes out from OD on the sniper and they can move in on close range. Once somebody gets in the face of sniper, it is definitely trouble from there.
Reserve time. 5 seconds. Dyer's ban.
Sorry about that. So PA gets banned out by Alpha Pro and Disruptor by Vultur. Alpha Pro do need another support, and they are down to their last pick. Vultur, they need their safe lane. So we'll see if they go back to that Juggernaut. Maybe this time around they go for the Sven.
Reserve time.
We'll see what Alpha Pro do as well, and they're looking for their last support. They'd really, for the side of Vultur, you don't want something that can line up with this Elder Titan Echo Stomp as well as the Nyx Impale. That's pretty much it in terms of lockdown. So they need a support that can kind of stun out the side of Vultur. Maybe somebody like a Lion. Big nuke damage, another stun that can work well with Alpha Pro's lineup. About a minute left on their time, and we'll see what they do choose to go with in terms of their second support. I do like the Lion pickup. Maybe if they want to continue to push well, they get a Shadow Shaman. It looks as though Nyx, Sniper, and Lifestealer are going to be their cores, but they could get a jungler as well. And they choose to go with the Warlock, who will be an alright support for this team. Will help with the push. Does have the stun of the golems, but other than that, they've just got the Impale on the Elder Titan's Echo Stomp. I'm not too sure that's going to be enough. For the side of Vultur, you've got Pit of Malice, Ice Path, Magic Missile, Astral Imprisonment. You've got a lot of lockdown for Vultur, and now with the Spectre coming out, all they're trying to do is make room. They still have that huge movement available for the side of Vultur. They have the Dark Rift of Underlord as well as the ulti from Spectre to move around this map, so Alpha Pro are going to have to be very careful in this game 3. So it's going to be Lifestealer, Nyx, Warlock, Sniper, Elder Titan up against Underlord, OD, Spectre, Venge, and Jakiro. So smoke comes out from the Warlock, has a ward, going to try and place it deep maybe on this cliff to catch them in the bounty position. He's actually going to hold on to it for now. TPing over is D, and oh, pause comes out from the Lifestealer right as Nito gets seen. So these lanes should probably be Sniper in the mid lane, Nyx in the off lane, a Lifestealer in the safe lane. Sniper versus an OD is pretty good for the Sniper. Just have to watch out for those rotations. Ice Path, Magic Missile, or Magic Missile Dual Breath is going to make it easy for the OD to take out this Sniper. So Sniper's got to be careful, but it should be an easier lane for him. So, smoked up is both Hijack and Don Bruno, but it's going to run out as Underlord did spot that Warlock, but nobody coming his way. Vultur this time on the Radiant side. Dire is Alpha Pro. Switch it up once again, and we'll see who takes this Game 3. Winners move on into KOD League 4. And losers are out. So, doesn't look like much aggression is going to come from either side. This Jakiro, Algo Dao, does have a ward. Going to use that liquid fire to hit on Trader Zera. Probably going to place a deep ward on the cliff somewhere. But Yasuki is here with Trader Zera. He's got to be careful. Nothing skilled just yet for this Nyx. So I'm going to place that deep ward on the cliff, see into this side area of the jungle. Probably going to help with Vultur getting a couple of pickoffs early on. We take a look mid. It is Pepita on this OD. D back on the Underlord. Algodao on the Jakiro. Widge with the Spectre. And finally Ame on the Venge. Mid, it's going to be Yasuki with this Sniper. We take a look. Ooh, boy. Radiant Courier is dead. As Nito is on this Warlock, we take a look up top. Hijack back on the Lifestealer with Don Bruno back on the Elder Titan. And then down low is Trader Zera with the Nyx. So it should be a pretty easy lane for Widge to kind of get some easy farm, which is what you need as a Spectre. You need to get yourself some early farm. And Yasuki just going to try and harass Pepita as the Astral Imprisonment does come his way. Trader Zera going to eat that Liquid Fire, which might end up hurting Algodao in the long run, as Liquid Fire with Spike Carapace could turn into trouble. And now Nito does spot Algodao. He's going to go around this shrine and eat a lot of harass coming up from Algodao, as well as another Liquid Fire. That should bring him to about half health. So we take a look up top. It's Algodao. He's going to try and get himself some solo XP. While his Underlord is just farming these camps on the side. Getting pretty low, might I add. Meanwhile, Trader Zera, he's kind of just being phased out of this lane at 2-0. Does pick up a bounty rune. Will pick up another last hit here, but top of the net, or top of the last hit chart is Hijack at 14-0, while mid it's actually OD who's got the more last hits over Yasuki. Should be an easier lane for the Sniper once he gets the distance away from Pepita, but until then it's kind of difficult. He's taken none in take aim, 2 in shrapnel. Going to try and make it difficult for Pepita to stay in lane, and he's also going to knock down these creeps, grab himself a couple of last hits. Now Pepita's the one who's under tower. So making his way over is Don Bruno. I don't think they're going to have any opportunity for kills here. They don't exactly hit that hard, but he's going to try pull this camp over, get it back towards the Nyx, and actually only grabs the ranged creep. So not exactly what he wanted, but it's better than nothing. Meanwhile, Open Wounds comes down on Algodao, just trying to TP out, and will successfully do so. Firestorm comes out on Nito. And he's down to about half health, so he should be alright. Liquid Fire hits Hijack, but still doing alright in terms of health. No lane really looks as though anything's going to happen. Ame does spot out this pull, so he should be able to find himself some experience, maybe even pull the wave back. But it should open up some easy last hits for Widge on this Spectre again. So Pepita is now the one who's had to back off. Hasn't really gotten a last hit since I last looked. Yasuki now in front. The lane's become a bit easier for Yasuki on Pepita. He's got 3 in shrapnel, which hits down Pepita quite low. And Don Bruno is here. Doesn't want to get spotted out just yet. Has the Astral Spirit as well as the Echo Stomp, so they're looking to set something up with this sniper mid, and if they could get a kill on that OD, it turns into a very favorable lane for this sniper. So Trader Zera does have 8 list hits here. Widge, alright at 21, even with that sniper. But again, top of the CS chart is Hijack, who's already looking for that armlet about 5 minutes in. They look to go on Algodao. They're hitting him up hard. Open wounds, not enough mana. Just short by 3. Maybe would have gotten a kill had he been able to get that off. So Spike Carapace comes out, Widge in a bit of trouble, but there's the Magic Missile as well as the Wave of Terror. Trader Zero, one more shot should do it, but the Echo Stomp comes out on 2. Impale flies through, and First Blood goes the way of Trader Zera as well as Ame falling to Don Bruno. So the rotation comes out. Trader Zera gets First Blood, and Don Bruno gets the second one on Ame. And just like that, you neutralize a Spectre who had a pretty easy time before all that went down. So it's tough again for the side of Vultur. They had a hard game 1, and now game 3 looks to be the same after they lose 2 down low. They need to find something pretty soon if they look to even want to contest in this game. There's the Magic Missile. Not going to stop the Echo Stomp just yet, and now Widge trying to find something with that Spectral Dagger. Nobody dead just yet. Don Bruno backing off with Trader Zera right there with him. And they are still yet to find a kill on the side of Vultur. So Open Wounds comes out on Algodao. He's going to try and get into this tree line, and it doesn't look as though it's going to be enough, as there's the Infest pop, and Algodao does go down. So 3-0 in favor of Vultur, and now 4-0. Trader Zera gets another kill on Ame, and just like that, Vultur, they are behind by quite a bit, already over 2,000 net worth. So Yasuki is going to have an easy time on Pepita. They get the assassination attempt, will be avoided with the Astral Imprisonment, but that forces him to stay stationary. Now, there's the hit from the Shrapnel. Shrapnel again, Pepita in trouble. He'll fall to Yasuki, and now they look for more on Ame, and they will get a second 6-0 Alpha Pro. It is trouble in paradise for Vultur. They picked up a similar draft to game 1, and it's a similar outcome, as it's now 6-0 in favor of Alpha Pro. Vultur, they're a team that does well with early aggression, and they ended up choosing a Spectre. I'm not too sure that was the choice they wanted to go with. I thought they should go with a Sven, but what can you do? So around the bend is Nito. Nito, not level 6 just yet. Has Fatal Bonds as well as Shadow Word. And again, Pepita might be in trouble. You don't really want to move up on anything like that. Meanwhile, Algodao goes down low, and it's 7-0 Alpha Pro. So Yasuki just farming away, getting ever so close to this Dragonlance. He's going to go over for this double damage, and then maybe they move in top. So he's got double damage, hitting for 178 if they could just find themselves. He might assassinate to try and force out that Astral Imprisonment once again. I wouldn't be surprised. There, assassinate now. There it is. There's the Astral Imprisonment. But here comes Spectre. It's not going to keep Pepito alive. Yasuki might be in a little bit of trouble. Pin of Malice does not stop that TP. Oh, just gets him. There it is. Firestorm with the Spectre doing some work. They get 2 kills. Things are looking up for the side of Vultur. So Spectre comes in with the Haunt and gets a kill on the Sniper. They get a kill on this Elder Titan as well, but they do lose a tier 1 up top. Now Widge might be in a little bit of trouble. There's the Spectral Dagger into the trees. Going to stay out of the range of Hijack, but now sitting at about half health and no mana. Take a look over at this. Underlord does have himself those arcane boots. Probably looking for the Crimson Guard next. Take a look over at Ame, who's sitting at level 4, now level 5, but very far behind as the Lifestealer and the Sniper sit top of the net worth. Hijack looking for that Desolator, choosing not to go for the Echo Saber once again. And this Sniper has picked up a Dragonlance. So things are looking bad for Vultur, down 6,000 net worth. The way back for Vultur is really just time. Gotta open up some space, get some farm, maybe find a pick-off or 2, but until that point, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble on the side of Vultur. Oh, geez. Warlock, he is invis, trying to run away from Pepita, does not have that golem, but they will find this OD. Astral Imprisonment sets up the Echo Stomp. There's the assassination. Pepita should fall, and there it is. Take a look over at Trader Zera. Just farming this jungle away. Does spot Ame. This Spike Carapace is popped. There's the magic missile, but you're going to stun yourself up, Ame, and that's going to lead to your death. Hijack finds yet another, and it's 10-2 Alpha Pro. So with that, they should be able to take their second tier 1 in the mid lane. Meanwhile, up top, Algodao, which has been said in chat that it's Algodon, but there's no N in there. But if it's supposed to be Algodon, could always change it up. He takes the tier 1 top. So about 500 gold away from this Desolator is Hijack. We take a look over. Now level 6 is the Warlock. And there are 5 down low for Alpha Pro. Meanwhile, 1 does TP back up. That is Hijack. Algodon is going to try and push this top tier 2. Just going to use that Liquid Fire and will TP out.
I was meant to have this.
Widge is going to be in a bit of trouble. There's the Vendetta hit with the Impale, and her Splitter comes through, but unnecessary as they do get a kill on Widge. 11-2, and Spectre dead for 25 seconds. No buyback, should be an easy tier 1 down low. So they've got the Golem, they've got the Sniper, they've got Elder Titan, Nyx, Warlock. Everybody's here except for Hijack. Should be an easy tier 1 bottom. And more of a net worth lead for the side of Alpha Pro, now sitting at about 6K. So Hijack just farming away. This Brazilian team, Alpha Pro, has shown themselves to be pretty good, despite not a lot known on them. The the Argentinian team, Vultur, who went to WESG, they seem a bit lacking at the moment. So Deso comes out for this Lifestealer. Widge spotted by Trader Zero, who's just going to TP up top. Maybe take a look at this OD Pepita is going to miss that impale and pop the spike carapace. Nobody goes in, and they all back off. So Hijack is taking the +5 in all stats. We take a look up top. Ooh, boy, Pepita in a lot of trouble. And there's the kill coming in from Yasuki. Yet another on Pepita. This OD is just poor and sad. Yasha picked up, going for the Manta style already on Yasuki. Hijack has himself the Armlet and Desolator. Now he's looking for the Echo Saber, the first one from a Lifestealer all day. And it looks as though Yasuki and Hijack are just going to push up top. There's not really much that can stop them. Meanwhile, Algadon is going to fall to Nito. There's the Impale coming out with the Assassinate coming through on D. He's going to try and TP out. Don't think he has enough time. And there's the stun with the Echo Stomp. And he will fall as Hijack grabs yet another one. He is now dominating.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Take an easy tier 2 up top. Meanwhile, mid, we take a look over at Pepita, who's trying to find himself some farm. He's left here with just the Null Talisman. And over on Alpha Pro, they take the tier 2 up top and TP down low. Don't want to let this tier 1 fall. So Alpha Pro, they head over towards an early Roche 16 minutes in. It shouldn't be too hard. There's the Vendetta used by Nyx. They're trying to force something out. Maybe if they were seen under ward vision. They use the Vendetta to try and trick the side of Vultur, but even with the ward vision there, they're not going to come over in that direction. Instead, they're just going to walk into this Underlord, and Hijack finds yet another kill. Meanwhile, mid, there's the Assassinate. Ame is going to have to back off with about a quarter health. Take a look over at Algadon. He's used the Macro Pyre as well as the Ice Path, but he'll fall to Hijack as well. That's a double kill for him. We'll take a tier 2 mid, and it's all Alpha Pro this game, 16-2. Shadow Word going to heal up. The Lifestealer might is picked up for Nito. And it's just all Alpha Pro. Maybe now they could go with the Roche without the trickery play. So nobody coming in from the side of Vultur. They don't really have enough to really warrant going in.
All right, carry on.
It should just be an easy Roche for Alpha Pro, and they can kind of just roll with this. Wow, really? That's it. That's it. They just GG out. That's the end of the game. I guess. They've disconnected. Hijack doesn't think it's real. Vultur's gone, and that's it. I guess that's it. They've disconnected, but that...
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
That is weird. Wow. They're just going to stomp down mid.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
I guess. That's kind of shocking. Now they're just spamming GG.
Radiant's mid-rags is out of the picture. There goes the Radiant's mid-rags. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
I got nothing to say. I mean, they're just pushing mid. Game's already been called. All 5 have disconnected from Vultur. And that's just it.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
I've never seen something like that.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good. Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good. Looks like Radiant's ancient is getting stopped.
Gonna go for this Ancient. They're looking to bring it down. No defense from the side of Vultur. And there it is. Alpha Pro. The comeback of the ages. I have not seen a game like that ever. Alpha Pro, they pull it out here, 19-2. 20 minutes in, and that's it. Vultur are out. They lose. Alpha Pro moves on to KOD League number 4, and we'll be back in just a moment with a new series, I guess. So thanks for watching. I am your caster, BCop. On Twitter at BCop92, BKOP92, and thanks for watching. We'll be back in just a moment. Something a little more exciting.